Well, good night, good night, everybody, and welcome to the Highline Truck Series. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the heart-pounding action of the Highline Racing League, right here at the historic Richmond Raceway. It's a perfect evening for racing, and we've got something truly special in store for you tonight. The trucks are revved up and ready to hit the track. These trucks are known for their sheer power and raw speed, and tonight we're about to witness a showdown like no other as these drivers push their limits on this iconic short track. I am your host, Alexander Valderas, here for tonight, your commentator and your producer. Thank you so much for everyone for tuning in. Here for the first heat out of 2 in the Highline Racing Series. Proud to bring you all of the action here out on track. And tonight, it's going to be a very special event. I'm here for the first time in the FTN booth for the Highline Racing League. Proud to say thank you to all these guys for letting me appear for their league and, you know, letting me commentate over them. It's an honor to be here, and I'm glad that these guys gave me a shot. 0 out of 15 laps completed as the pace car makes its way off the grid. These guys are getting ready to start. And what is for the first 15 lap race here tonight. Gonna be a good one. Gonna be a very good race here tonight. I'm ready, and I'm really honestly excited for how this race is gonna go. Thank you to all those that have tuned in so far, and we're getting ready to go green here in Richmond for the Highline Racing League. The pace car gonna make one more trip around the track as we're getting ready to go green next time by. So again, one more time around as we get ready to go green here in Richmond. All of these guys ready to go it out for the first heat of tonight. Heat 1 out of 2. I believe the top 4 may make it into the race. I have to go and see. But results will be shown at the end of the heat, as the pace car gonna make its duck into pit road, and there it goes. And Roberto Ramirez ready to take the green flag as they hit the Geico restart zone, and we're live. We are green from Richmond. Roberto Ramirez out front to take it. Give it to Ryan Potter on his outside, the 99 truck. He was able to get to his outside and get to the line before our eventual pole sitter for heat number 1. These guys are already side by side racing really hard, and now Ryan Potter is going to assume the lead over Roberto Ramirez. And already off to a great start. Lap 3 out of 15 to go. Ryan Potter assumes the lead. Garrett Snyder moves up into the second position. Roberto Ramirez drops down to third. Terry Brooks in the 23 is fourth. A lot of side-by-side action going on here in the rest of the field. Let's take a look as our pole sitter Roberto Ramirez trying to get back up to the lead. He was our pole sitter for Heat 1, and he dropped back. A lot of action going on. These guys not wasting an inch on the racetrack and not wasting a lap, as all of these guys want to advance to the main. Oh, and we've got an almost spin in the back, and he's gonna save it. That's the 25 of Ryan Hines. He's gonna be able to get his truck back straight again. No caution as he saves his race truck. We're gonna go back to the front of the field. Still your leader, Ryan Potter. There, the 99 truck, Dylan Clark, now making some moves across the rest of the field. These guys not wasting a second to try and gain as many spots as they can. And these guys right now seeming to have sort of calmed down from what it was just a few laps ago. Still seeing some side-by-side action there in the back of the field as Tyler Rush in the 72 truck able to make the move. That's for 9th. over the 18 truck of Ty Smith. He gets loose on the top, and he'll have to go down to the bottom almost 3 wide as they enter turn number 1. And the 18 of Ty Smith on his high side, able to get the position again. They're going to go side by side down the back straightaway. Give it to Ty Smith, and he's going to fall in line. Now, our leader still, the 99 of Ryan Potter. Out front right now with not that much of a commanding lead. About a 4/10 of a second gap, but still good gap over the rest. These guys have settled in and into the wall. Into the wall goes, I believe, Dylan Clark. No, I'm sorry. Terry Brooks. Terry Brooks hits the wall, gets loose off of 2, and that's going to cost him. He's almost into the wall again as Lucas Lodato tries to make a move. And it gets really tight, but they're still going to be side by side. As right now, the ones to watch side by side are in the back of the field. As there's some more moves, I believe. There might be a spin, and yes, there is, the 16 machine. Andrew Siegel goes around. Take a look at what happened. Our FTN instant replay. Coming off a 2, he gets loose and go down, head on into the wall, and that's a terrible way for your heat race to go with it's about 5 laps remaining. He will be down pit road. Dylan Potter now making some moves. Or sorry, Dylan Petit now making moves. As he goes to pass the 7 machine of Lucas Lodato. And he'll make the move stick. Coming out of turn number 2. Ryan Potter out front right now with a commanding lead. About 4/10 of a second over the rest of the field. And ever since he took the lead on lap 1, he hasn't looked back since. Been absolutely astonishing to see what that 99 can do out on track right now. And he is just leading the entire field. There's some passing going on. The 50 machine, Garrett Snyder and Dylan Clark go side by side. Garrett Snyder going to come out on top of that battle. 50 machine going to maintain his spot at the front of the field. Ryan Haynes, some moving there in the back of the pack. The 25 machine. Ryan Hayes looking to make up some spots on the 18. Passes Ty Smith. Gets a nose out ahead with 2 laps to go in heat number 1. They're still going to be side by side as they go through 1 and 2, as they come out at 2. I don't think he's clear just yet. That 25 is still going to have to work for that position. Coming around to the white flag, your leader, Ryan Potter, will take the white flag. The 99 has led every single lap here in heat number 1. Absolutely dominating performance in the early stages of what promises to be a great night of racing. The 99, Ryan Potter, took the lead on lap 1 and will come home victorious from Richmond Raceway in heat number 1. Now, don't have much time, but here's the results from heat 1. Ryan Potter over Roberto Ramirez, Garrett Snyder, Dylan Clark, Terry Brooks, Dylan Petit, Lucas Lodato, Matthew Rodriguez, Ryan Haynes, and Tyler Rush. That's your top 10. And moving on to the second heat. Oh, sorry, moving on to the main. There was not enough time to run a second heat, so we're moving on to the main. Ryan Potter, your pole sitter now, as Roberto Ramirez, who was the pole sitter in qualifying, now ends up in second place after losing the lead. He'll find himself in the second spot. As right now we wait for everyone to grid up and get ready. Getting ready for the 85 lap feature here is the Highline Racing League at Richmond Raceway. These guys are ready to tussle it out for 85 laps. Being informed by the admins, a little late on my part for saying that, I'm sorry, but everyone who qualified in that heat will make the show. And as the pace car comes off of pit road. We're getting ready to see a fantastic race here from Richmond Raceway. If anything had to be said about the heat, and we've got issues for Roberto Ramirez. Looks like he's going to the rear of the field. Unsure why. So, not sure why that's happening. As he moves to the tail end of the field, unsure of why that happened. Basically, I'm going to make one more time around before we go green, before the drop of the green flag. And these guys getting ready to battle it out. Here at Richmond Raceway, 85 laps. Possible 64 miles here at the glorious Richmond Raceway in Richmond, Virginia. The 99 of Ryan Potter led every single lap of heat number 1, the only heat to be run, as everyone that makes the show. As we get ready to take the drop of the green flag, Ryan Potter, Roberto Ramirez, Garrett Snyder, and Dylan Clark. That's your top 4 ready to battle it out. Garrett Snyder got moved up a row as everyone on the outside as we're ready to go green as they come to the Geico restart zone. We are green from Richmond. Getting just a little loose off of turn number 4 was our pole sitter, Ryan Potter. He'll go into the second position as Dylan Clark assumes the lead. Side by side battling all throughout the field. We've got plenty of racing here as Garrett Snyder now making some spots up at the start. And as we saw in the heat, the pole sitter does not lead the first lap. Dylan Clark, now our new leader with a commanding lead out front right now here in Richmond. Lucas Lodato making some moves here in the back of the pack. So a lot of side-by-side racing off the start. These guys not taking it easy as I thought they would. So these guys already going for the throats and going for the spots, already out on the racetrack. As I'm not sure when these guys are going to decide that it's time to start buckling down and saving tire, but these guys clearly do not have that in mind. This battle right now between Matthew Rodriguez, Lucas Lodato, Ryan Hines, and Tyler Rush is the closest one on track right now. The 25 and the 72 going at it. Ryan Hines looks to put a nose out, and oh my god, the 7 of Lucas Lodato tries to cut down, and he wasn't clear, and now the 7 is under fire from the 25 machine. .51 of Matthew Rodriguez leading that battle there. As everyone right now seems to have calmed down. Lap 6 out of 85. Your leader still Dylan Clark out on the racetrack. He took the lead on lap 1 and hasn't looked back, much similar to our previous leader from the heat race, Ryan Potter. And for the second time in Richmond here tonight, the pole sitter does not lead the first lap and then does not lead anything. And the 7 of Lucas Lodato gets in the wall, and so does Tyler Rush. And there's a lot of chaos going in here in the back of the pack. The 72 machine under fire from the 25. As we see their side-by-side entering turn number 1. The 7 pushes the 51 up the racetrack, as the 25 might be 3 wide here in Richmond. But the 25 side-by-side with the 51 machine. 51 will slide all the way up the track, and he will be clear. Now he'll go back side-by-side with the 25. Ryan Hines trying to make that inside line work. Seems like it's working pretty well for him. Been able to hold off the charge. But Matthew Rodriguez able to come around that high side again and take the position back once more. Lap 10 out of 85, and Dylan Clark is just pulling away from these guys. Already a 5/10 of a second gap on the rest of these guys out front. So far, only one person to have not made the start, Chad Winstead. Our Choosevy sits on pit road awaiting a caution. Right now, Dylan Clark, our leader, as a couple guys get into the wall. I believe that's Dylan Poteet who taps the wall, as a lot of these guys have figured that it's time to buckle down and it's time to save some tire. So these guys, as there's a caution on the racetrack, 12 out of 85. Matthew Rodriguez seems to be the truck involved. And we're going to get an FTN instant replay. He goes into turn number 1. Unsure of what the caution is for. Racing with the 25. Oh, and he just gets loose and he gets tagged by the 25. And around goes the 51. And nice job to keep it off the wall. No damage. No damage for the 51. But out front right now, Ryan Potter seems to have assumed the lead once again. Not sure what happened as Dylan Clark decides to go down pit road. And on pit road is the 48, the 51, the 38, the 39, 79. As they all make their first pit stop of the race. Lap 14 out of 85 right now. First caution out for tonight. The 99 out front right now over Garrett Snyder. Dylan Petit, Terry Brooks, and Lucas Lodato is your top 5. Only 5 trucks pit on this caution. I was, I'm not sure what everyone else's plan is here to stay out, as the lights on the pace car are still on. So we've got quite a bit more here to go in Richmond. Lap 15 out of 85 here. First caution tonight. And from what it looks like, we've had a few lead changes. We had our leader go down pit road, unsure of the plan was really, but I guess we'll see that later in the race. Lights still on the pace car as we are waiting from the Highline Tower and the pace car lights to go out, as they are still on. So while the pace car lights are still on, we'd like to take a moment to thank all of you for tuning in and watching. And we'd like to thank all of you for tuning in here for tonight's race in Richmond Raceway, here for the Highline Racing League. Lap 16 out of 85. First caution tonight, caused by a spin by Dylan Poteet. No, sorry. That's my fault. The 51 of Matthew Rodriguez was the one who went around to bring out the caution. And here's the Choosevy. So, a lot of people
not going.
Deciding to take their chances. And reminder, if you do hit the Choosevy, it is an EOL and you will be sent back to the end of the field. As here goes our Choosevy. You know, I don't think this gets enough appreciation as it should. Having a guy being so brave to be outside on the racetrack. Oh, he's going to do a full lap. The Choose V is going to do a whole lap around the racetrack. As the lights are still on the pace cars, they extended the yellow. Just about ready to go. As you can see, their lights are off on the pace car. Getting ready to go green here once again here from Richmond Raceway. As these guys, lap 18 out of 85, almost 20 laps completed here tonight. One of the best short tracks in the South. Ryan Potter, our heat race winner, chooses the top. As we get ready to go green at the Geico restart zone, and we are green again from Richmond. Great start for Ryan Potter. Our heat race winner goes out to another lead with about 0.3 of a second. We've got battling out here throughout the entire field. We've got some battling here, two wide, almost 3 wide racing now. Here comes the 32 machine of Alan Kunman trying to make up some spots here on the start. Previous pole sitter Roberto Ramirez, as he makes his recovery drive after going to the back end of the field on lap number 1 before, not even lap 1, on the pace lap, the original pace lap. He got sent to the back of the field, still unsure of the reason. Right now out front in Richmond is your leader Ryan Potter, as the field no more up and dicey at the front. Everyone's single file, kind of running along, running their race. But message hasn't been applied to the back of the pack. We've got side-by-side racing. Here comes the 52 truck of Toby Wedgwood. Try and make a move on Andrew Siegel in this number 16 truck. He was the one who wrecked out in the first heat, who spun no caution for that. But still, continuing to lead out front right now, Ryan Potter. The man of the 99 Jim Breakfast truck. The Ford F-150 still leading the rest over the field. As there's a move for second. Dylan Poteet under fire from Garrett Snyder. As the 50 truck tries to make up some spots on the start. Tries to make second place. As he'll send it up the inside of the 31. Not going to do it. Dylan Poteet holds it off well, and he'll maintain his second spot. Terry Brooks just watching these two battle it out. Terry Brooks in the number 23 truck, watching all this battling going on in front of him. As Garrett Snyder tries to make up some spots here after the restart. Ryan Potter now extending his lead to a 4-5. As he goes to extend his lead, and now the 7 back at it again with a battle with the 25. The 25 gets loose, and I thought he was going to slot in behind, but it turns out he's not clear. Riding on board with Lucas Lodato. Number 7 machine battling it out with the 25, as they're going to be side by side coming off of turn number 2. Lap 27 out of 85. Now, riding on board again with Lucas Lodato. Now, Ryan Haynes in the 25 machine. He's been battling with this 7 truck for most of the night here tonight, trying to make up that spot. And I believe he'll be clear this time. Yes, he will. He jumps up in front of the 7 now. The 48. Dylan Clark. He'll try and make up some spots, and he'll try and make the pass on the 25 machine. Ryan Hayes, and he'll go out front, and he's not clear the 7. Lucas Lodato gets turned, and what a save! What an incredible save, and he's still trying to save it. Those retires sliding about it. We've got a spin at the back of the pack. Xavier Moore, another great save, no yellow. Couple of great saves here in the back of the pack as these guys are still battling. Here comes Alan Kunman, biding his time, seeing as the 7 just got loose, doesn't want to aggravate that right rear tire. One thing I forgot to mention is, oh, we've got a spin, and we've got a turn down the Richmond 3 into turn 3. It's a terrible wreck. The 7 gets involved, the 18's involved. Oh boy. So the first big one here tonight, and we've already got a tow down pit road, as we're going to get an FTN instant replay. So these guys battling it out, gets loose, what a save, and comes down once again in the 18, hard into the wall, collects the 72. 70 barely squeezes by. These guys, great wreck avoidance. Ow, and the 76 just plows right into the back of the 7, nowhere he could go. And already, first big wreck of the night coming on lap 30. As the Choosby is out on the racetrack already. Pit road. And out of all of that, once again, another lead swap. Dylan Clark, the man who pitted earlier, finds himself and he reassumes the lead. Here's everybody that's still on pit road. The 25, sorry, the 16, 72, 77, 52, 51, 76, and 18. The 18 and 7. As the 7 rolls off pit road, the 18, I believe, might have terminal damage. The front end of that truck does not look good at all. Andrew Seed comes down pit road as well. But nothing to stop our leader, Dylan Clark. He has led 13 out of the possible 32 laps here tonight. Great race from him as we're on lap 33 out of 85. First real big one of tonight. And we'll see if we can get an interview with the 18 machine. And doesn't look like he's in a voice chat, or at least I don't see him. Oh, there he is. So, while we are under pacing, I'm gonna get a word with the 18 of Ty Smith.
Again.
Ty Smith, this is Alexander Valderas in the FTN booth. You got a copy, sir?
Oh yeah, I got you.
So we saw what happened to you earlier on. Just tried to save it, got loose, and give us a rundown of what happened.
Yeah, that's about it. I got loose off the corner, and I was just trying to save it, and just back end was shaking around, and nothing, nowhere to go. And of course, and Lucas got me there, but nothing he can do, nothing any of them can do. I feel bad for all the ones that were involved in that, but yeah, I'm done. I got 32 minutes of required, so my night's over.
Now, unfortunate what happened to you as we were trying to get a replay. But now, getting ready to go green. Anything else you'd like to say?
Oh, no, just cheering on Ryan, and hopefully Ryan Potter can get it done here. And thanks to Holden Wieners and everyone, and we'll get him next week.
Well, we want to see you back out on track, so hopefully we can get that damage repaired. Thank you so much for your time, and hope your race goes well. Or, well, hope you can get back out on track. So that was the voice of the 18 as we get ready to go green here once again, and we're green again from Richmond. coming off of turn number 4, Dylan Clark reassumes the lead after some pit road shuffles, as now he's under attack from Dylan Poteet, and he'll go side by side off of turn number 2. As the 48 will swap with the 31, and Dylan Poteet will be our 3rd leader here tonight, as he successfully makes the pass. Some of these guys battling it out. I thought I heard someone in the wall. But a lot of these guys still, again, aggressive on these restarts. You know, they're going side by side from rows back. Already some gaps starting to show in the rest of the field as these guys are going to battle it out. New leader out front right now, Dylan Poteet, as we've got an almost save in the back of the pack. And it's going to be the 32 machine of Alan Cudman, a great save. As he goes on to make up a couple spots, Terry Brooks now. The 23 machine makes the move on the 48. He'll assume the 2nd position as now the 48 tries to fight back. Dylan Clark attempting to hold on to his front row start, not going well, as he's almost going to put the 99 in the wall, and he's going to get loose off of 4. As now it comes down, Ryan Potter going to be the one to try and make up some time. Riding on board with your leader, Dylan Poteet. Led 5 laps out of 40 here so far tonight, our newest and most recent leader. So, great to see him back out on track. And another thing that we love to see is these great track cam reviews by TrackCams22.com. If you want the best cameras for broadcasting, viewing, or anything else, visit TrackCams22.com for some of the best camera shots in iRacing. Still our leader out front right now, Dylan Poteet, the newest person to assume the lead. As these guys get ready to get, hopefully, another long run here in Richmond. Here's your top 5 so far. Poteet over Brooks, Potter, Ramirez, and Clark. As these guys are gonna... Oh, and our leader gets loose. He slides off of turn number 4 through the Geico restart zone. And that's gonna slim his lead down by a few tenths, as now the 25 of Ryan Hines making up a couple spots. Gonna shove the 48 up the track using the door. He's not clear. He can't come up the track. The 25 has been in all of the battles here tonight. He's been side by side with people. He's been all over everybody's door to make up some spots. Aggressive moves as the 72 machine here in the back passes the 79. But right now the 32 machine is the 48. 48 and Dylan Clark tried a risky strategy, and as of right now he's falling back. He's fallen back from the lead to 7th place. He'll fall back as we look forward in the field. Dylan Poteet, most recent leader, and it looks like he is not shaken by him getting loose off of 4 at all. In fact, he's extended his gap now to almost a full second. 9/10 of a second as he just barely scrapes the wall. You could just see how close these guys are getting. See if we can ride on board with someone in the heart of the battle. Let's look at the 25. Right on board with him, Matthew Rodriguez. This is from the driver's eye view. So this is what these guys are seeing out on the racetrack right now. Got great passing here from Jacob Heim. Could be edge with these guys battling it out. Riding on board with Andrew Siegel. This is the heart of the battle out on track right now. The 52, the 76, and the 16 all going at it. As the 52 and 76 get perilously close. Jacob Holm trying to make it work, and he'll slot back in line. Andrew will do the same just to see how tight these guys are, but at least at the same time. Right now, still out front, your leader, Dylan Poteet, so far has not been challenged, and his lead, although diminished by a tenth of a second, has barely gone down, if any. His competition has nothing to say for him right now. But right now, out front here in Richmond is Dylan Poteet. As we're going to give a few thanks to the people who make this possible and bring it to you live. A little trouble getting the ads up. We'll worry about that later. Lap 54 out of 85. Dylan Poteet, still your reader, riding on board. Dylan Poteet in 31. 55 out of 85, so coming to 30 laps to go. And right now, Dylan Poteet has led 20 out of the 55 laps here tonight. You know, he started 6th and moved all the way up to 1st, so good on him. Good on him to make up some spots here. Right now, lap 56 out of 85. Sorry, on to lap 57, as lap cars already starting to show themselves. This might be a possible problem. Dylan Poteet's lead. So, Dylan Poteet over Terry Brooks, Ryan Potter, and Garrett Snyder. That's your top 5. As these guys finally deciding to calm it down a bit, maybe run some laps, get some laps done. Everyone collectively deciding that it's no longer go time. How it was just a few laps ago, everyone side by side now has calmed down quite significantly. And now our leader almost gets into the wall as Xavier Moore is the lap car that is trying to get out of everybody's way. Some passing still going on here in the back of the pack. The 76 machine jumps up to the high side, and he'll make the position on the 16 right now as they get perilously close entering the corner. Now about to go 3 wide between the 7, the 16, and the 76. Jacob Holm has passed the 16, and now the 7 looks to pass the 16 as well. The 16 struggling for grip. As now the 16 and the 7 go side by side. Now this battle between the 52 and the 70 machine comes down as the 52 chops the nose, and the 7 of Lucas Lodato trying to make ends meet and trying to make moves. Look, and they're going to bump entering the corner. Contact made as the 7 muscles past the 16, and the 16 on the bumper, the 7 not too happy about that, as they'll send it back down the inside. Contact almost made again between these two. Short track tempers starting to rear their ugly head only on lap 64, or coming to lap 64. as in the wall is, I believe, the 38. And the 38 of Dalton Beer gets into the wall. Now this 16 been trying everything to get past the 7 after he roughed him up and got him. Oh, and he almost hits the left rear of the 7. He was trying to bomb it in there. And it doesn't look like it's going to work. Lap 64 out of 85. This race has gone by quite fast. You know, these drivers in car make it feel like it lasts forever. And these guys have calmed down. Oh, and Terry Brooks gets loose off of turn number 2. And this will extend the lead of Dylan Poteet by about 1.5 seconds now. And right now out front with a commanding lead is Dylan Poteet. Coming out of turn number 4 to begin lap 67. Just past 20 to go. As these guys are getting ready for the last little bit of their run. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to see any green flag pit stops, because I don't know how much fuel these guys are carrying. But what I can tell you, you fans at home, is what the drivers are dealing with conditions-wise. No better time to say it yet, but the air temperature, a cool 73 degrees, winds up to 5 miles per hour to the west and partly cloudy forecast, meaning a possible chance of a shower, but that's not going to happen. Lap 69 out of 85. Dylan Poteet still your leader over Terry Brooks, but Terry looks like he hasn't made any time at all after getting loose. So, dealing with a free race car as we're coming in the range of 15 laps to go. If I'm Dylan Poteet, I have a tough decision. We last pitted over 20 laps ago. I don't know how long these guys can make it on the fuel run, but I believe the plan is to just stay out for the rest of the race. There you can see they're just ahead. Lap traffic now starting to appear out in front of our leader, Dylan Poteet. Ryan Hines now back in the battle. 25 machine now looking to make the move on the 50. And he'll look to clear, and he does, off of turn number 4, and he's not quite clear yet. I thought he was clear, and now he is. A risky move for the 25, as the 50 will slot back in line. Riding on board with Garrett Snyder. As a risky move by the 25 now puts him back up. As there's some battling still going out on track, but right now all we care about is our leader, Dylan Poteet, who has led 37 out of the possible 72 laps here tonight. So a great run from him. And another great thing, we ask you, the fans at home, to turn up your TVs, phones, or laptops, as we're gonna hit, with just a few handful of laps to go, we're gonna hit an FTN Crank It Up. Coming to 2 laps to go, and it's been a great run here for Dylan Poteet. He's absolutely dominated and managed out this last run to perfection, as he'll take the white flag. And Dylan Poteet, who honestly didn't look any stronger early on in the run, finds himself with a great pit call and a great strategy call. And he is going to lead the entirety of the last run here in Richmond. And Dylan Poteet comes across the line and almost spins as he'll end up victorious from Richmond, Virginia. Absolutely phenomenal race for Dylan Poteet as he finds his way to victory lane in the Highline Racing League. Incredible race from him. That final stint proved to be the most dominant car out on track, getting congratulations from everybody as he's ready to burn it down. Dylan Poteet, absolute masterclass of a drive. And he will burn it down. Incredible race from Dylan Poteet. Absolutely great for him to come home with the victory. An incredible race from him and an incredible end to a great run. And here comes something we didn't see before. Here comes the Choosey coming to join in on the fun as well. Oh, and he gets hit by the 32. On board and see what he looks like. Pretty scary view from our Choosey. We're gonna get an FTN instant replay of his view. So on board with the Choosey, as he comes to do some messing around and congratulate the leader on his win, as he gets hit by the 32. But none of that matters, as we're going to focus on our leader, who had an incredible race. Dylan Poteet, your winner here in the Highline Racing League from Richmond Raceway, doing a reverse victory lap. So a great race from him. And if any of you at home would like to get in on any of the things we have here in FTN, make sure to join the link in the Discord. Scan this QR code to join in on any of the broadcasts or fun we have here, the FTN crew. As Dylan Poteet finally could go no longer. His motor has blown. So a great race from him, and we'll see if we can get a word. Oh, as I've been informed by the chat, that is the Waffleplex Wonder Lap. So, thanks for keeping, you fans are something I can't be thankful for enough. You guys are what keep FTN up and running and can make this all possible. So thank you all so much. And good insight from you guys, as we're going to get a word with our race winner, Dylan Poteet. See if we can drag him in here. I don't see him. Where is he? Unless he's waiting to be dragged. I don't see him. Oh, there he is, waiting to get an interview. Maybe I should look in the interview room chat. Here, our first interview of the night. Our race winner, Dylan Poteet. Dylan Poteet, this is Alexander Balderas in the FTN booth. You have a copy?
I do. How's it going?
Well, absolutely. I mean, you just drove away on that last stint. That was incredible from you. Great to see you. I mean, you were out in front in force all night. That was incredible.
Yeah, well, I kind of felt like I got lucky there on that final restart. It just how everybody had lined up for the guys that stayed out. It just kind of the seas parted and got up there and battled with the 48. And once I got ahead of them, I tried just to build a lead and then try to just settle and just try to keep my tires from getting worn out. But I'm about as shocked as anybody else to win here. I don't really think I'm the best, the short track racer, and I'm honestly surprised I won tonight. But all in all, it was a fun race. I felt like I may have had maybe the second or third best truck tonight. Just kind of was in the right place at the right time at the end and got the clean air. And I guess the rest is history. But it's definitely cool to win at Richmond for sure.
Oh yeah, well, a great run there from yourself and a great strategy call. We had a few leaders interchange and go back in front, but good from you to go and pit and stay out in front. And so far, I think you were the only person to lead upwards of 35 laps consecutively. So you are the only person to, hopefully, I believe you've led the most laps here tonight, as we can get that stat up right now. You led 50 out of the possible 85, so yes, you did lead the most laps.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize there was that many. Well, yeah, it was wild.
So congratulations on the most laps led and the race win, as we congratulate you once more. Anything else you'd like to say, or anyone else you'd like to thank?
Just want to thank everybody at Team Trap House, Dylan Body doing his thing with the paint schemes and the things he does for the team overall. Got to get the Trap House Waffleplex car, or truck I should say, in Victory Lane. I think this is 3 out of 4 races I've ran this I've actually won. It might be my good luck scheme. It's probably why I don't want to change it, I guess. But just shout out to them, and shout out to everybody at race tonight. Ryan Potter, Garrett, Terry, Dylan Clark. Like, we all had a good race tonight. It was fun, clean racing for sure. And thank you guys at FTN. And I think this is your first race with us, so welcome, I believe. And hope to have you around for the future. And it was fun. It's glad to go back to back after Vegas last week. I honestly didn't think in a million years I would win tonight. I was just trying to hopefully have a good run, and I sucked in qualifying and messed my lap up, and had to really burn the tires off in the heat race to get up to 6th to start there, and I think eventually 4th starting. So if it wasn't for that, I don't think I would have been here tonight. It's all about the track precision games. But thanks again for everybody on the broadcast, you guys doing your thing, and everybody watching tonight. It was fun.
Well, thank you so much. And one more thing before you leave. This is my first time being here, and thank you for letting me. Thank you for letting me be here. And one thing I was informed of by the chat is your victory lap is called the Waffleplex Wonder Lap.
Yeah, I was actually trying to figure out a name for this. It started happening a couple months ago. I know that they had the Polish victory lap, and then Kurt Busch did the backwards Polish victory lap. So I was trying to think of something different. So I was like, let's go the right way, but backwards. I don't know where it came from. I think I did it a long time ago once, and I just started bringing it back. So maybe it'll start being the signature thing if I can win again. So it's something different, I guess, but that sounds like a good name to me.
Well, everyone in the chat voted for that name. A lot of people were saying it, as I was informed. But hopefully, great race from you, and thank you so much for being here. Great to see you in Victory Lane, and hopefully we'll be able to see the Waffleplex Wonder Lap one more time this season.
That'd be great. Thanks for having me, and thanks for the broadcast.
That was our race winner, Dylan Poteet, as we go on to second place. Second place is Terry Brooks. Terry Brooks, this is Alexander Balderas in the FTN booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. You got me?
Yes, sir. And Terry Brooks, an amazing drive for you all the way up to finish second. Now, we saw you getting maybe getting a couple incidents, and the main one was you getting loose off a 2. After that, you didn't seem like you had really quite enough to catch Dylan, but I'll let you be the judge and let you explain how you think your race went.
That that incident off of 2 when it got in the wall on me was definitely the turning point on how hard I could push. I thought I'd saved a fair amount more than I did, but it just got. I mean, there was no drive coming off of 2. I think that's where I was losing so much time to him. He done good to get his position on the track switched around, be able to keep that drive and just keep pulling away. I was kind of trying to judge what I was saving based on the group behind us because I knew they were all heavy hitters and I just didn't save enough. But hey, congratulations, Dylan. He drove a great race.
Yeah, he led 50 out of the possible 85 laps here tonight, so absolutely dominating performance in the end. We didn't really see him out front much earlier in the race, but good to see you out here in second place. Great finish from you, and good to see you guys out here at the front of the field. Is there anything else you'd like to say or anyone else you'd like to thank?
I would like to thank Culture Designs and ASC Services and Supply. Both of them are sponsors. We'll be flip-flopping back and forth on our color schemes. Thank Adam for all the work he does putting this together. I know he tries really hard to put on a really good series going and making sure everything's on the up and up. And just all the guys that race with us. It's a good group of guys, and I think we try to put on a good show anyways, and hope all the fans enjoy it.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and a little tidbit about me, since you mentioned it. A couple years ago, I also got my ASC certification.
Well, congratulations on your ASC.
Yeah, I know. No,
but it's ASC Services and Supply is a siding company.
That's my fault. But
it stands for All Shield Construction, and then it was hyphenated when we or shortened to the just ASC when we done Services and Supply. Oh, well,
I guess that's my fault. I don't mean to brag, but congratulations on second place, and hopefully we'll see you in victory lane later this season.
I hope so, and I appreciate you all doing the broadcast. It's always a great broadcast, so thank y'all very much.
And thank you so much for your time.
Have a good one.
That was the voice of second place, Terry Brooks. Now we're going to get third place, Ryan Hines in the 25 machine. Ryan Hines, this is Alexander Balderas in the FTN booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
So, good finish from you to end up third, just right behind Terry Brooks. Now, I'm sure, like all of us here up in the booth and all of us as the viewers at home saw Terry get wildly loose out of 4. Do you think that could have been your chance to take the second spot?
I honestly think that I underdrove the first half of the run there a little too much to even give myself a chance to get to Terry. I kind of saw there with 10 to go that I was starting to see his bumper more and more, and I'd kind of kicked myself for saving as much as I did early in the run, but the last half of the run there really came to me, and I started making some gains. But honestly, I'm usually not very good at Richmond, so I'm perfectly satisfied with the P3 here.
Well, funny enough, all of the top 3 have said that they weren't really good at Richmond, but the leader led the most laps out of anyone in the race, and you two were battling it out through the field the whole time, so I don't know if I can really believe you guys anymore, because you guys were battling and making spots all night.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, honestly, the green flag runs helped me to be fast, because, like I said, I kind of underdrive the first half of the run, because I don't really understand how to hustle it around Richmond, but once I kind of get that long green flag run, I can kind of let the car come to me. I don't have to overdrive it, and then I just have some tire left there to be able to catch those guys. And honestly, it was pretty fun. I don't usually like racing here, but it was a fun race tonight.
Yeah, and great to see you in P3. A great race from you. Is there anyone else you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank Adam for putting this league on for us first and foremost, and Culture Designs for sponsoring the league this year. I kind of had a slow start to the year with a wreck at Daytona and then again last week at Vegas. So hoping to kind of right the ship here and get myself back up there in the points. But I appreciate all the guys who helped make this league happen, and looking forward to the next one.
All right. Well, congratulations again on your podium finish, and thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
That was the voice of Ryan Hines, the man who finished third. As we're getting ready to close it off here tonight, let's get a look at our results page. Dylan Poteet comes home with the win over Terry Brooks. Ryan Hines over Ryan Potter. Roberto Ramirez, the pole sitter, originally for Heat 1, finds himself getting up to the top 5. Garrett Snyder over Alan Kunman. Dylan Clark and Matthew Rodriguez with Toby Wedgwood rounding out the top 10. Then it's Matt Murr over Jacob Holm, Tyler Hush, Lucas Lodato, Dalton Bieber, Andrew Segal, Xavier Moore, Ty Smith, and who else but anybody, Chad Winstead, our great Chooseby. So, once again, thank you all to joined in here tonight for the Highline Racing League. And just to make sure that all of you stay updated and informed, don't forget that you can always join the Discord. Scan this QR code to join in on the fun. Make sure to never miss an FTN broadcast and to stay in tune to everything FTN does. As we get ready to close off here tonight, it has been the voice of Alexander Balderas, the person who has been speaking in your ears and managing the cameras and graphics on screen, producer and commentator. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We appreciate all of you here back at home. And we can appreciate all of you guys for tuning in here tonight to watch another great race of the Highline Racing League. We appreciate all of you who have tuned in. Thank you so much for watching. This has been another production of FTN Broadcasting. Thank you so much, and good night, everybody.